Let's head back to my colleague Samkele Maseko outside of that special ANC NEC meeting that's taking place around the issue of the Phala Phala saga and the fact that the independent panel found that indeed President Ramaphosa may have a case to answer. We understand that President Ramaphosa will not be attending the meeting today, and that is largely because it is about his person and his matter. For more on this, let's speak more to my colleague Samkele Maseko. Samkele, so this is the latest development. Tell us more.
Yes, the president of the ANC will not be attending this meeting of the National Executive Committee of the party on the virtue that the deliberations are about him, his farm, and the Section 89 independent panel report pertaining to the $580,000 that were stolen in his Phala Phala farm. So it is confirmed that Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of the ANC, will not be attending this National Executive Committee meeting, special NEC, deliberating on his political future.
So, Samkele, of course, it makes sense, as you were saying, that because of this reason that he wouldn't attend. So what do you think are going to be some of the discussions had around this matter? Do the vast majority of NEC members support that the president should at least stay in office until the 55th elective conference?
We will only know that answer if the majority of the NEC members are in support of him staying on as President of the Republic and President of the ANC. Post this NEC meeting, we do know that those who support him are out in the clear that they will defend him, and they believe they have the necessary numbers to pull through from this NEC meeting. What we also do know that, and been told by those close to the president, is that it is not within his character to be present when a discussion is about him and his political future, so that he has opted to stay away from the NEC meeting in order to give NEC members the freedom and the latitude to be able to speak freely without being intimidated on the virtue that they have been deployed into government as mayors, as premiers, and as ministers and deputy ministers. So he is giving them the leeway and the freedom and the latitude to be able to freely speak their political minds about how this independent Section 89 independent report affects the integrity of the office of the presidency of the country, our constitution, and also the organization itself.
We know that we're in a very fluid situation, Samkele. Of course, this NEC meeting is taking place, and the president, we were expecting him to speak to us as the family, the nation, last night, but he couldn't speak to us because he was still going through consultations. Do we have any idea when he's going to speak to the South African nation to tell us what's on his mind and what his decision is? And no doubt a lot will depend on what comes out of this NEC meeting.
Organizationally, he can't speak to the nation because this matter is being deliberated by his organization that deployed him into government. So on an organizational perspective and organizational processes, he can only address the nation once a decision has been communicated to him by the special NEC meeting, when the acting secretary general, the national chairperson, or the deputy president is sent to him to communicate the decision that has thus been taken by the National Executive Committee. He then can thus communicate to the nation, post being informed by the NEC deployees who have been sent to him, and post the ANC communicating the message to South Africans, and then he can only address the Republic on matters pertaining to his political future, and then the ANC will go and address the party's caucus in Parliament on the decisions being taken by the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress. So on an organizational perspective, he cannot speak until a decision has been made by the NEC.
Yeah, you're very crystal clear on that, Samkele. So what do you understand to be the options that are being discussed at the ANC NEC meeting right now?
At this point in time, a report may perhaps being tabled. It's not yet clear what are the options they are discussing. Gwede Mantashe gave a small glimpse of what they are thinking into the future, but they are saying that he must hang tight until the ANC's conference in 14 days' time, and then post that conference, they can decide on the political future of the country and of the ANC in order not to plunge the economy of the country and not to plunge the country into a political crisis.
All right, Samkele, thank you very much. We'll speak to you further as the day progresses. My colleague there, Samkele Maseko.